everybody, Jamie Trull here, your favorite CPA and financial literacy coach, and today we're talking about tax time. So you may be watching this because you're self-employed or a small business owner and you want to make sure that you know what you need to be doing to get ready for taxes and to make sure that you get all the deductions that you are entitled to. So I'm going to give you some quick tips today on what you need to be doing to make sure you are fully ready for taxes and you're not paying Uncle Sam more than you need to. Okay, so the very first thing that you are going to do is to make sure you know what entity type you are. That is going to impact what your deadlines are. So you want to make sure you know your tax filings and what you need to file and what the deadlines are for those. If you are an S Corp or if you are a partnership, you are going to have an extra filing due March 15th. So make sure that you are aware of that. Otherwise, all of your filings are going to be due on April 15th. So be really clear on what your entity type is so that you know what your filing dates are. My second tip is to make sure that you're getting your income and expenses together. That is the key to filing your taxes, is making sure that you have a record of your income and your expenses. So if you're using an accounting software, hopefully you already have that. If not, it's going to be a little bit of manual work to put together what is called a profit and loss statement. That really is just showing your income and your expenses in your business. Now, you want to make sure that if you are, let's say, a self-employed 1099 contractor, that you're not just relying on your 1099s for your income. 1099s are great when you receive them, but you may not receive all the 1099s that you're supposed to, so you need to make sure that you have a way of capturing your own income because you are required to report all of that income. And then additionally, you're going to be able to offset that income by your business expenses. So you want to make sure that you're capturing all your actual business expenses that you had within your business, because that is going to reduce the amount of taxes that you have to pay, because you're only going to pay taxes on the profit piece. So you want to spend a lot of time making sure that your profit and loss statement or your income and expenses is complete and accurate, because that's going to make sure that you are staying in good graces with Uncle Sam and not paying more taxes than you need to. Now, the third step is going to be making sure that you reconcile your income and expenses to various different sources you have. So for example, your bank accounts. You're going to want to do a reconciliation of your bank accounts, which if you use an accounting software, that should be a built-in functionality. If you're using something like QuickBooks, that's something that you can do within there. Otherwise, what you can do to essentially reconcile is to compare what you're showing in your record of income and expenses versus what your bank account shows. So you're going to want to check your bank account. Maybe if you have an invoicing software or something like that that you use, you want to make sure that you're checking against the places that you have this information gathered so you can make sure, again, that it's complete and accurate. So doing those reconciliations can help you find errors and make sure that you don't misstate income or misstate expenses. And additionally, when you're doing this, you're going to want to make sure that you are reviewing for reasonableness. So along with making sure you're doing those reconciliations, what you're also doing is making sure that your income and your expenses look right? If you see things coming out of your system that don't make sense, you're going to want to follow up on those and make sure that it looks correct. Now, the next thing that you're going to want to do is to get your documentation together. Depending on whether you're using a tax person or maybe even if you're not, you're still going to want to have all the documentation that you need in case you are ever audited by the IRS. And this is something that you're going to want to keep on file for at least 6 years, I generally recommend. So make sure that you have those receipts. It's actually best, I think, if you take a picture of them and then you can keep the pictures maybe organized somewhere on your desktop or within your accounting software, but somewhere where you have support for those business expenses specifically. You also want to make sure you've documented why you consider them to be business expenses, why they are ordinary and necessary in your business. And this is the kind of support that you're going to need if you ever are audited, which does happen. So don't fall into the trap that you're too small to ever be audited. It does happen. They do audit even the smallest of businesses. And a lot of sole proprietors especially will tend to get audited. Another thing that I recommend doing, especially if you are in January, let's say, is to make sure that you're paying your estimated taxes. So estimated taxes are something that are due 4 times a year. Maybe you haven't paid them at all. Either way, you want to make sure that you've paid in on your estimated taxes. Those are generally due by January 15th each and every year, and you can pay them on the IRS website. Essentially, when you are a business owner, you have to do your own withholding because the government is not withholding that from the money that you make in most circumstances. So you want to make sure that you're paying that. That will help you then to not have additional fines and penalties when you do go file your taxes if you owe money. The other deadline that is the next tip that I have for you is to also remember that January 31st is when you need to file your 1099. So you need to send out any 1099s. This is specifically for businesses that have hired contractors. So if you have hired contractors to work for you to help you within your business, then you likely have to send them a 1099 NEC. You may also have to send your landlord a 1099. I have a whole video all about 1099s and when you need to file them, including a decision tree for you to check out in a video that I just recently dropped. So make sure you check that out. But you definitely want to make sure that you're meeting those 1099 issuance deadlines, which is January 31st, as well as if you have any employees, you need to issue W-2s by that time frame and file your payroll reports by that time frame. So make sure that you know all those important dates. And the last tip is to make sure that you're aware of all the various different tax deductions you can get for your business, because there might be some that you are missing. So make sure you don't miss things like things that are split business and personal use, like mileage, perhaps a home office or your cell phone or internet bill. There are various different ways to be able to get credit for those things. There are even more deductions like that, like travel, and different ways that you can maximize those deductions. So make sure that you are aware of some of those strategies as well, so that you're not leaving money on the table. Now, if you're looking to go a little bit deeper, understanding how the heck to get your numbers together, maybe you feel a little bit disorganized, you feel like everything's all over the place and you're not sure how you're going to get it all done quickly, or perhaps you want to dive a little bit deeper into any of the things that we talked about today, or maybe you just want to make sure that you're not paying more than you need to and you're getting all the deductions that you're entitled to, well, I have created something for you. So you're going to want to check out my Ultimate Getting Ready for Taxes bundle. Okay, I have created a bundle which includes additional video lessons that go more into detail about some of these items. It includes a checklist that is the ultimate checklist, all the things that you need to know. It's a lot more in depth than what we've covered here. It covers a lot more of the how, and also a deduction maximizer guide that you will also get to make sure that you are maximizing some of those key deductions and that you are not missing anything. And we have some of my famous plug and play templates in there too, including a mileage tracker, a P&L template that you can use to put your P&L together if you don't have one, right? And also a home office deduction maximizer. So all of those things are going to come in this tax time bundle. Right now, I have special YouTube pricing. I don't know if that will stay always, so make sure you go check it out right now, jamietrull.com/tax time, and you can see what that special is if we currently have one running based on when you're watching this video. But it's going to give you everything that you need to do to be able to fully prepare for taxes and not pay Uncle Sam more than you need to. So if you're self-employed, if you're a freelancer, if you are a small business owner and you're worried about taxes and you're feeling a little bit frazzled, this is going to be the best way to get this done quickly. We've made it very bite-sized, very easily digestible, and given you resources that you can use ongoing in your business for a crazy low price right now. So I need you guys to check that out. jamietrull.com/tax time. Make sure you like and subscribe. We're going to be having more videos coming out about this content and additional tax tips. So hit that little subscribe button and I will see you next time.